We are with someone who needs absolutely no introduction, Divya Dutta, and we're going to talk about a show that deserves to be talked about, Chiraiya, and why I think you will tell us over the course of this conversation. We have had very few mainstream shows, films, whatever we want to call, that tend to talk about things that make people uncomfortable because हमारा setup ही वैसा है society का. And Chiraiya is something that does that while not being exclusive, not thinking that it is catering to a niche or something like that. What drew you to this story and to Kamlesh, your character?
First of all, I think it's a show for every kind of audience, as you rightly
Right.
said. One feels with the subject that, "Arey, ye sirf औरतें देखेंगी." That's how it's going to be. No, but I don't think so. The way every slice of life has been sprinkled into it, and the roles the men have in this show, I think it's once you sit and watch it, it's a watch for everyone. How I got into it, I think I heard the story from Divya Sharma, the writer of the show. It's amazing, a show like this having been written by a guy. And so I thought I've just come for like a small
Right.
chotu narration. But he just opened his laptop and he started the first episode. And initially I was like, "Arey, shuru ho gaya?" Matlab, are we already into narration? But 5 minutes into it, and he said, "End of episode 1." I said, "Can I hear episode 2?" And then when we finished 6 episodes, I didn't get to know. It was intriguing, it was gripping, it was a story that I thought should be told, and told this way.
Yeah.
Where you're not preaching anyone, where you're not
Exactly.
saying, "Ye kar do, wo kar do," nothing. It's somebody's story. It's her story, Kamlesh's story, her family's story, her relationship with her sister-in-law. It could be any household. It could be any woman. It could be relatable. So I found it extremely relatable. I thought it was a beautiful graph. I thought it was something that needed to be spoken about. And hence I think I'm so glad that it came to me.
Actors often say that they don't judge their characters because that's the first thing you don't want to do. Even if you can't relate to it, you want to find pieces there. How did you not judge Kamlesh initially? Because I think ideologically you are closer to Pooja than to Kamlesh. So wo kaise raha on how to get to this character and play her in a way that she comes across as a human being and not as a caricature?
Because the show is not about Divya Dutta. The show is about Kamlesh. The show is about many women around us who are like that. I'm representing those who have a very safe zone to live in.
Right.
A family who's extremely protective, who's extremely loved, who's everything that she says is heard. Uski har kahi baat suni jati hai. And then you have and you condition to a certain thought process that this is, मैंने बहुत अच्छे से सब संभाल के रखा हुआ है. And then one day your foundation is shaken up because you feel there are certain, cracks in your foundation. And so I guess I had to leave the Vya side because I could question a lot of things being Kamlesh. But I think the journey that she takes is a journey, I think, of every woman, because all of us, somewhere or the other, have had a setback, have had a crisis where you rise above things that are your comfort zone and go ahead and work it out for yourselves. That, I think, is Kamlesh. That is a Kamlesh in all of us.
Yeah.
So I think it was in those ways very relatable.
Kamlesh, आपने बहुत सही बात बोली that she is comfortable, she is loved, she is protected, but she also feels कि मुझे ये भारी बातें समझ में नहीं आती. That people around me in this family are so well accomplished, particularly her father-in-law and everyone. Could you relate to that as when you started your career as almost a teenager you were, right? Did you feel a little out of place ever? Was that relatable part?
Of course.
Yeah.
I felt out of place. No, but if you're talking about Kamlesh, what you say कि बातें समझ नहीं आती, she's very happy in that that thing of ना समझना कुछ, क्योंकि ऐसा ही है.
Want the full story? Watch now on Desimartini. Find the link in the description, and don't forget to subscribe.